For most of the world, Lucille Ball was eternal laughter. Her face meant comfort. Her voice meant joy. Her name meant memories of family gathered around black and white television sets, watching a red-haired woman turn everyday life into magic. But in the late 1980s, far away from the sound of studio laughter and applause, Lucille Ball sat alone. Her mansion in Beverly Hills was beautiful, silent, cold. The kind of silence that only exists when a house has seen too much life and now holds too little. The walls remembered echoes of parties, famous guests, late-night laughter, and script readings that once filled the rooms. Now, only the ticking of clocks and the slow movement of curtains could be heard. Her children were grown and far away. Lucy was building her own life. Desi Jr. struggled with problems that worried her deeply. Her second husband, Gary Morton, stayed close and cared for her deeply, but even he spoke quietly of a sadness that never left the house, the kind of sadness that doesn't go away with money, awards, or history. In 1986, Lucille tried to return to television with Life with Lucy. She hoped it would be a fresh start. A chance to show the world she still belonged. But the world had changed. The laughter wasn't the same. The reviews were harsh. The ratings were painful. The same woman who once held the attention of 44 million Americans now faced cancellation after only a few episodes. She took it personally. She read the reviews late at night. She circled cruel sentences with a pen. She stared at the ceiling, wondering if the world had already forgotten her. Not just the actress, but the woman. Worse than the failure was the silence. Very few of the younger comedians she inspired ever called her. The industry she helped build had moved forward without looking back. Sometimes, she would sit in her living room and quietly watch reruns of I Love Lucy. She laughed, softly. Then she cried, silently. Her health was slipping too. Years of smoking had damaged her lungs. Her heart began to fail. Doctors warned her to slow down. "I don't know how to stop," she once said. That was the truth. Lucille Ball had never known how to rest. Her entire life had been a fight forward, a climb upward, a constant proving of worth. And now, at the end of that climb, she stood alone. But the loneliness of her final years was shaped by pain that started much earlier, long before fame ever found her. Chapter 2, A Childhood Marked by Fear and Silence. Before she was Lucy, before she was a legend, she was just a little girl named Lucille Desiree Ball from a small town in New York. And her childhood was filled with more fear than laughter. When she was only 3 years old, her world shattered. Her father, Henry Ball, worked as a telephone lineman. One winter, while climbing poles in the freezing cold, trying to fix storm-damaged wires, he became sick. Typhoid fever took him quickly. He was only 27 years old. One moment stayed frozen in Lucy's mind forever, her mother crying, a picture falling from the wall, and a bird trapped inside their house, flapping wildly. From that moment on, she developed a deep fear of birds. Real birds. Pictures of birds. Even wallpaper with bird patterns terrified her. To anyone else, it sounded strange. But to Lucy, it wasn't superstition, it was trauma. Her mother, young and pregnant with her brother, couldn't cope. Lucille was sent away to live with relatives. She grew up feeling like a guest in her own life. When her mother remarried, life didn't improve. Her step-grandparents were strict. Cold. Emotionless. They banned mirrors in the house so the children wouldn't become vain. Lucy later said those years taught her how to pretend, how to smile when she wanted to cry, how to act when she felt lost, how to survive without being seen. Then came another disaster. When Lucy was 12, a terrible accident happened in their backyard. A young neighbor boy was accidentally shot during target practice. He survived, but was left paralyzed. The lawsuit destroyed the family. They lost their home, their furniture, their security, their dignity. Her grandfather, filled with guilt, never worked again. Lucy later said, "One accident destroyed everything." That was the environment she grew up in: uncertainty, silence, fear, and pretending that everything was fine. Maybe that's why she learned to make people laugh. Because laughter was the only safe place. In her early 20s, Lucy chased acting and failed repeatedly. At a prestigious drama school in New York, teachers told her she had no talent. One instructor sent her home and told her mother not to waste money on her. That humiliation burned deeply into her. Instead of quitting, she became tougher. She became a model to survive. She took odd jobs. She kept showing up. By the 1930s, she arrived in Hollywood, not as a star, but as a background girl. A chorus dancer. A forgotten face. She appeared in over 70 low-budget movies. No applause. No spotlight. No respect. But she treated every set like a classroom, learning timing, movement, camera angles, and comic rhythm. Then came the moment that changed everything. In 1940, while filming Too Many Girls, she met a young Cuban musician named Desi Arnaz. He was charming, confident, dangerous, alive. They fell in love fast. And just as fast, the chaos began. He drank. He cheated. He disappeared. But Lucy loved him. And that love gave birth to history. When CBS wanted to turn her radio show into a TV series, she refused to do it unless Desi played her husband. The network didn't want a mixed-race couple. Lucy refused to back down. They toured together to prove their chemistry. The audience believed in them. CBS gave in. And so, I Love Lucy was born. America fell in love. But behind the scenes, her heart was breaking. In the 1950s, fear ruled Hollywood. Careers ended overnight. One gossip columnist hinted that a famous red-headed actress had once been a communist. The headlines exploded. Lucille Ball named red. The truth? Years earlier, she had registered to vote as a communist, only to please her grandfather. She had no political involvement. Still, everything was at risk. She faced the investigators calmly. She told the truth. "I have never been a communist." Then Desi walked on stage and saved her reputation with humor and courage. America forgave. Applause erupted. But her marriage could not be saved. The drinking continued. The cheating continued. The fighting turned cruel. In 1960, she filed for divorce. Her heart broke, but she survived. She became the first woman to run a major Hollywood studio. Success grew. Happiness did not. Vivian Vance died. Her son struggled. Her family slowly drifted apart. And every loss made her quieter. In 1986, her phone rang. Desi was dying. Cancer. Weak. Lucy flew to see him. They talked softly. Laughed quietly. Forgave silently. On their anniversary, she said only 3 words. "I love you." He whispered back. "I love you too, good luck with your show." 2 days later, he was gone. Weeks later, at the Kennedy Center, a letter from Desi was read aloud. He said, "Lucy was the show. The rest of us were just props." She cried, publicly, for the first time. Her final interview came in 1989. When asked what she wanted to be remembered for, she said, "For making people happy." And with that, America's funniest woman quietly left the stage.